We better move on from this conversation.
Yeah, you do not put this in there, which I really have to say now, because after the fourth hole thing, I was like, there's no way Dan's putting that in. Welcome aboard. You've just stepped into Damn It, Jim, the podcast. My name is Dana Smith, and I'm happy to be guiding you on this, let's call it an adventure. And with me, as always, the Supreme Chancellor of the Damn It Jim University and the Master of Beer Studies, Dan Calzaretta. Good morning, Dan.
Dana, do you have any regrets in your life, Dana?
mean like becoming friends with certain people, or,
Dana, I have a huge regret. I have a huge regret, Dana.
I'm listening.
So I make dinner at my house. Like, I do almost all the cooking, right?
Yeah.
So last night, my wife and I were like, oh, what should we have for dinner? I hadn't really kind of thought about it in advance. And so I'm like, well, let's just go out and get something for dinner. And so Dana, I made a huge mistake last night, Dana. We went to Taco Bell, Dana. My God. I had the worst heartburn I've ever had in my entire life last night, and I've already hit the schmitter twice this morning. I might have to take a break during this podcast, Dana.
Oh, no.
My God, Dana. It was bad. So you know how in AA you have sponsors, right?
Yeah. So I've been told, yeah.
So I want to ask you to be my sponsor in TBA, Taco Bell Anonymous. So next time I have the feeling I need to go to Taco Bell, I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I need you to tell me, whatever a sponsor tells the person to not do whatever it is they don't want them to do. In this case, go to Taco Bell. So can you do that for me? Would you be my sponsor?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I think I'd save a life. I've not been to Taco Bell in easily 15 years.
Yeah, it was a long time. Although, Dana, I'm going to have to admit now, okay? I've been to Taco Bell 3 times in the last year, probably. And this last time was the worst, though, Dana. The worst.
Wow. I'm sorry.
You're sorry. I mean, even the bathroom fan wasn't strong enough, Dana, to deal with what was going on there. It was so bad.
Bathroom fans like...
Well, if anyone doesn't understand the Schmitter reference, go back to the original series episode, Devil in the Dark, and that will make a lot of sense to you.
Which I bet you had Devil in the Dark last night. It was
Oh, my God. I'm surprised it wasn't glowing. It was so bad. Yeah, really bad, Dana.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Feel free to call me anytime you get the urge for Taco Bell. I will talk you down. It's like White Castles.
Oh, man. White Castle. Yes.
Yeah, they talk about like you only rent beer. You only rent White Castles because they go through you pretty fast.
Yeah, it's not even really a rent. It's
short-term lease.
Yeah, very short-term. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we don't have White Castle out here.
Yeah, we don't have it here either.
But in the Midwest, you and I have spent many a moment at White Castle after being at the bars.
Yeah, there's a couple times I can think of, yeah. So,
well, and other times that we can't remember for various reasons, probably.
But so tasty. I mean, at least White Castle's tasty. At 2 a.m, anyways. I don't know, but
yeah. The thing is that the Taco Bell was pretty tasty. I'm convinced that they're putting some type of drug in that food to make you want to go back.
So it's an addictive substance is what you're saying.
It totally is. I mean, like I said, I hadn't been there in like 25 years probably until sometime last year when I went. And then I was like, oh, I got to go back.
It's like we've talked before about KFC.
Yeah, same thing.
It's the same thing.
Well, the thing about Kentucky Fried Chicken is there's so much grease in it.
Yeah.
It just slides right on through. I mean, there's, almost no resistance when it hits the water. You get a lot of splashback after Kentucky Fried Chicken, Dana. Nasty.
Now that the listeners, everybody's turned us off.
We'll talk about sliding right through. Maybe we should talk about this episode. Get this over with.
Yeah, we did get a lot of listener comments this week. Do you want to start us off with what you got this week, Dan?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Ellen Freund emailed about Come Let's Away. This is what he had to say. I actually enjoyed this episode, relatively speaking. Paul Giamatti crushed it, although the writer's use of 21st century vernacular is just pointless. Space boo? Oh, I remember when that he said that in that episode. I was like, come on, man. Then our good friend Robert from Nevada also emailed. He said, hey guys, just when I was about to cancel Paramount, finally a decent episode. And your review was the best, especially the nonsense about dolphins. Nonsense? I didn't think it was nonsense, Dane. I thought it was... He goes on, they have a higher brain to body weight ratio than humans. Does that make you feel bad?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Especially after eating Taco Bell.
Yeah, see, dolphins would not eat Taco Bell.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
so
no. Then he says, stick around, guys. You are doing great work. And via YouTube, NJ Esperanto said, glad to hear you guys are feeling better. I'm not sure what he means by that. I think he means because we finally got back to our, form with the rambling, Dana.
Yeah.
And new listener Jeff Kirshner said, I think they found their footing in this episode. Barefooting, maybe. I'm not sure. And Dana, we received several messages on the Damn It Jim hotline. First, Jason had this to say.
Hey guys, I was just listening to y'all's debate about if she actually had sex with a dolphin, and I remembered on Lower Deck there actually is a Starfleet officer that is a dolphin. Maybe it wasn't a dolphin, maybe you heard right, and it was a dolphin.
And then we also received a message from Ed Darlow. Here's what he had to say.
Hey guys, just finished the newest episode of Starfleet Academy. All I can say is please hurry up and make an episode of your podcast so that we can learn how to enjoy it. That was terrible. Bye.
Thanks, Ed. We're moving as fast as we can. Anything to help you out, and thanks for hanging in there with us.
I'm trying to move as fast as the Taco Bell meal went through me. That would be pretty fast.
Yeah.
All right, Dana, that's all I have this week. How about you?
Dan, we got a lot of messages regarding the episode Come Let's Away. Jason Crow on Facebook said another shit episode.
Not the podcast, right? He's talking about the actual.
He's talking about Come Let's Away.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike Campbell said another great episode. The series gets better and better. I don't know what show he's watching. Mike Jones said it did have its moments, and there's several other people who referred to the episode as garbage. Ed Darlow, who called in as well, said the Ramble Jar was back. Thank you. That was the only thing missing from the last few episodes. Now we need to get back to a whole hour. It's more worth an hour listening to you guys than the show itself.
Wow, thanks, Ed.
Our good friend, loyal listener from way back when, Pam McClung, said, oh yeah, the Ramble Jar is back. She says she likes the series more than we do, but still definitely agree it's not the best. Joey Corson said, well, that escalated quickly. I went from thinking closest we would get to a death was me counting how many times I considered offing myself during each episode to 2 heroic sacrifices. This is what Trek fans want to see. Fans want writers that love Trek, not necessarily in the same way, but just as much as we do. So thanks to everybody who wrote in and or called. We always appreciate the communication, and please keep it up. Dan, if somebody wants to call, what is that number that they would call in on?
Dana, that's 509-676-6298.
Let's jump into episode 7, which is, I know I'm going to say this wrong, Kozine.
Well, we haven't had too many episodes in this series that have had just a normal title. It's been either Latin,
couple Shakespeare,
and now we got this, whatever this is, from the fish people. It's the fish people language, Dana.
Yeah.
Do you think they would have been offended by all the dolphin jokes last week?
No, I think they got it. They would have been like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So.
Well, do we have to talk about this episode? Because actually, there's some big news this week, Dana.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I mean, other than my Taco Bell experience. I'm just going to throw this out now so we, can hopefully avoid talking about the episode as long as possible. William Shatner, Dana, is coming out with a heavy metal album this year.
Yeah, I saw he's working with a lot of heavy metal band members who've put out some great music in the past.
Yeah, Zakk Wylde, the guitarist for Ozzy, is going to be on it. Henry Rollins, who's a really kind of a punk icon and was frontman for the band Black Flag. And Shatner's going to cover songs from Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. I mean, that's awesome. I cannot wait for that album to come out. I think we should review it when it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now he's worked with Rollins in the past. He did a song called I Can't Get Behind That in 2008 and a rendition of Jingle Bells in 2018, Dana. He also worked with Ben Folds and Joe Jackson on the album Common People in 2004. So I'm going to give a couple of samples here, Dana, so people can kind of whet their appetite for this heavy metal album that's going to come out later this year. So here's a couple of samples.
Yeah. And what about student drivers using my streets to learn? If you learn to play the drums, you got to go to a studio, go to a parking lot, for God's sakes. Why are you jeopardizing my life?
Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that album coming out, Dana.
Yeah. What is he, 94?
94, Dana. Yeah. So do you have anything else we can talk about besides this episode? Anything?
No, Dan, sorry. I think this is time to dive into cosine, or what would I do without my teen angst? So
maybe that's what it means. Or fish angst, because it's about the fish people, mostly.
So this is going to be short and sweet. So not as short as what you'd like, but should be fairly brief. I just had a hard time piecing this anything worthwhile together here. So
well, Dana, the show was freaking boring. I mean, boring.
Now you just gave it all away. So. So, Dan, we start off, it's like spring break or something.
Oh, this was the most exciting show ever, Dana. It was exciting, Dana. It was exciting.
Now people are going to think you're a liar. So
maybe, Dana, hold on a second. Maybe we need to have, instead of Taco Bell Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous, maybe we need to have Starfleet Academy Anonymous, SFA.
Probably a lot of people that are using us for that right now, and we just don't know it. So
this is like their therapy. We're their therapy, Dana? Wow, they got bigger problems then. I'm telling you, we should do a therapy show. We should do a call-in thing. People call in with their problems, and we just fix them, I mean, I think we could do that.
So we learn it's all worlds break. They don't explain it.
No, they did not explain it.
So we start off with Caleb sending a message to Tamira.
Tamira?
That's the girl who did the scream and he had sex with. Not at the same time. She didn't do the scream at the same time they were having sex.
I thought it was Tiramisu. I thought that's what her name was.
She's been gone for like a month back on Beta World or whatever it's called.
Right, because she had that thing that she pulled out of her neck and that she was in a coma, right?
Yeah, because she did the giant scream and killed all the aliens.
Yeah, I wish I was in a coma for a month, Dana. Do you think I could just go to the doctor and say, hey, look, I'm watching this series called Starfleet Academy. Oh, let's induce a coma right now. Let's just do that. We'll get you through this. Just a few more weeks and the series is over and then we'll wake you up.
Just make you a zombie for 3 weeks. Yeah. So, you can still function on a daily basis. You're not eating people or anything.
Or Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is people. And so anyway, he's all awkward and he's trying to say the right thing. He talks about the memorial service for Vabi and then the upcoming All Worlds Day that everyone is celebrating. Then he sees her in his mind and he sees them having sex.
By the way, Dana, sorry, I'm going to interrupt right now.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry. Taco Bell's coming back up, Dana. Oh, crap. So, Dana, I have to admit, when they showed the flashback to them having sex,
yeah,
I paused it because I thought I saw a nipple.
You might have seen his.
It was his nipple. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah. And then he deletes his message because he was doing like on a little handheld device.
Right.
So then we see Genesis talking with Sam, and Sam like kind of glitches. You can see like part of her body like kind of glitches.
Dana, I was really, really hoping that she would just completely glitch out and be gone.
And Genesis is concerned, and Sam says she's okay. And Genesis says, I don't want you glitching off alone. By the way, I think that might be the best line in Star Trek ever. Dan, I am never going to tell you that I don't want you glitching off alone. Because I do not want to be around you when you're glitching. So then Aki is talking to Genesis and says she's putting her up for a promotion of sorts. It's this pre-command track.
Well, and Ake says, Dana, that she's going to submit her application that has her test scores and her references, as part of the resume. So, Dana, I have a question for you. Have you ever faked a reference on a resume? You're retired, so anything is okay that you say now.
Yeah, once or twice. How about you?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, probably more than that. But here's the deal, Dana. Speaking of Taco Bell, I actually worked at Taco Bell.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you still eat there.
That's part of the problem, that I know the behind the scenes. I know what's behind the curtain, Dana, and it's not pretty. But the way this ties into references is I graduated from college, George Washington University in D.C., moved to Springfield, Illinois, got married, couldn't find a job, Dana. So I start going to like all these, fast food places, and they're like, we're not hiring you because we know as soon as something better comes along, you're just going to leave. So I call up a mutual friend of ours, this friend of ours, Bob, and I said, look, Bob, here's the deal. I'm going to lie on my resume, and I'm going to say that I have a 2-year degree in culinary science. And you hired me for your restaurant, which he didn't have. He didn't have a restaurant. So he's like, oh, yeah, okay, this sounds good. So I go to Taco Bell. So this woman's interviewing me, and she said, oh, you got some good references here. You've got a degree in culinary science. Like, you need that at Taco Bell, Dana. I mean, it'd probably be best if you had a degree in, like, I don't know, sanitation or something. And she said, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to call your references. As long as those check out, we're good. But we're going to hire you, and then we're going to train you with the night manager. And as soon as you're trained, we're firing him, and you're going to take his place.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, I need a job. Fine. That's fine. I'm going to do it. And so then I get a call for another job. And of course, I left right away. I did wash my uniform, took it back in. When they hired me, they gave me this book of all the recipes. And it said on the front of this book, do not share outside the Taco Bell organization.
Oh, yeah.
And here are the recipes. Okay. The refried beans, mix with water. Mix with water. And then you heat it up. That was the recipe. So now I'm sharing these, Dana.
I'm hoping you don't get sued.
Probably can't get sued, The meat was actually not from beef. I'll tell you that right now. So they ask about they ask her about her references. I knew this was going to come up later in the episode, Dana.
Yeah,
it was like so freaking blatantly obvious. It's like they had a huge sign. This will come up later.
So then we go to Aki's room later, and we see her packing a bag. And she's like literally like just shoving things inside this old-fashioned suitcase.
Yeah, come on, Dana. Wouldn't they have in the 32nd century like a shrinking machine or something? So you just shrink it down and then it just pops up wherever you go?
Yeah, just something you put in your pocket.
Yeah.
She apologizes to Caleb because he's in her room talking to her.
See, Dana, I don't think this is a good idea. I really don't. He's hanging out with her in her room?
Yeah, like all the time.
All the time, Dana. She's got no freaking shoes on, Dana. Which means, because she's about to get on a shuttle, she's getting on that shuttle with no shoes, Dana.
It's funny because she apologizes for not asking Nutbreaker about Caleb's mom. Aki assures Caleb that she is looking for his mom. And then she's still like shoving things into the suitcase. And Caleb says, you've got 4 pairs of boots in your bag. He says, you don't even wear shoes.
I thought that was great. That was like the only good thing about this episode, Dana, except for the end.
We learned that he's not going anywhere.
Well, Dana, hold on a second. I gotta jump in here again. Sorry. They had to go back and reshoot the entire series because the actress who played his mom was supposed to be a recurring character. And after she saw some of the scripts, she was like, you got to write me out. I kind of hear this, from confidential sources, Dana.
I think there's a lot of people trying to be written off this show. So I wish we were written off this show.
How much do you think that guy Bobby, the actor, had to pay to get out of his contract?
Don't pay me for the last 2 episodes. I just, just kill me off, okay? Yeah.
If you leave this series, you're never acting again. Well, I'm not acting now, so what difference does it make? No one is.
Yeah, my eyebrows are acting, but that's about it. So, so next we see Dirham, who's the Australian-speaking fish guy. So he's going down the hall and he hears something, and then 2 men grab him. Portal opens up and they take him through it. Well, Caden, the Klingon guy, is walking down the hall and he sees them going through the portal.
Right.
And Jaden's kind of like standing there like he doesn't know whether to like shit or wind his watch.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Is that a real saying?
Oh, my dad used to use that all the time. Yeah. So.
I have never, Dana, I have never heard that saying. That is a great freaking saying. My God. And it's got to be old timey because people don't wind watches anymore. I mean, we all shit, but we don't wind watches. Wow. I have never heard that saying, Dana.
I think when he first met you, he goes, he seems like the type of guy who doesn't know whether to shit or wind his watch.
And that guy won't stop talking about Star Trek. What the hell is wrong with him?
He said something about wanting to go into space. I wish he'd go into space.
I'll send him into space.
Bang, zoom, to the moon. So Caden finally, decides he needs to help Dirham and goes running after her, and he gets through the portal just as it closes.
But he doesn't like this guy. What's the guy's name again? The fish guy? Fish boy? Dirham. He doesn't like Dirham. He should have just been like, fine.
yeah. That's what I was like. Great. We lost another one off the show.
Another one gone. In fact, maybe there'll be just a bunch of shuttle accidents in this episode, and they'll all be dead.
I'm yelling at the screen, Caden, don't go after him. Caden, let him go. So then Caden finds himself in a strange world. He hears voices and he sees Dirham. Dirham introduces Caden as his cosine.
Cosine. It's a cosine, Dana. It's a whole trigonometry planet.
Yeah, it's a Prozac is probably more like what he needed. But anyway.
That's what we need, Dana. Look, here's what I think we need to do. We need to find the mental equivalent of what I ate at Taco Bell last night to just flush this stuff completely out of our system. If that's Prozac, fine. I don't care. Meth, I'd be a little sketched out about meth, but something, Dana, to just flush it. Flush it.
Oh, if only.
We need the mental equivalent of the stuff you take before you go get a colonoscopy, Dana. That's what we need.
Huh. That's a scary thought. Anyway, Dirham introduces Caden as his cosine, which he explains is kind of like a best man.
Right.
And then he explains that he's going to get married to this hot-looking girl, Kira.
So I have a question, though, Dana. I'm hoping you can answer this. They're fish people.
Yeah.
I don't see a drop of freaking water on this planet, Dana.
Yeah, it looks like Vulcan almost. I mean, it's very dry, arid.
Yeah. So they're fish people. You think they'd have the wedding on their planet where it would, I don't know, be underwater or some kind of cool thing. You know what I mean?
But they were all human. I didn't see anybody as their natural form.
No, that's what I'm saying. No one. So did they run out of money for special effects for the episode?
Maybe the director and producers just stopped giving a shit. Let's just make them all human. I don't really want to do this more.
Dana, I think they stopped giving a shit a long time ago. I mean, the only time we've seen him as Fish Boy was in that first episode when he goes out on the hull of the ship, which is still, if we think back to that now, no fish can survive the cold like that, right? I mean, no fish that I know of.
Don't koi, the big goldfish, don't they survive through winter and ice and stuff like that?
Do they really?
Hibernation state, yeah.
Oh, God, that would be cool. I want to get one and put it in my freezer.
You gotta fill your freezer full of water.
No, just in a big cube. You put it in I don't know. No, I mean, okay, hold on, let's think about it. You get like a Ziploc, okay? You put the fish in there with water and zip it up, and then you put it in the freezer. God, that would be great. Do they really do that, Dana?
The whole pond doesn't freeze up. Just like, it gets like a top layer.
Yeah.
They're still alive underneath there. So, I mean, I don't think they're like frozen in the ice. You got to chip them out.
All right. Okay. Look, would it be unethical, Dana, if we asked Damage in the University to do an experiment? It's a koi, right? I mean, it's not like they think,
I'm sure if we talk to our zoologist or whoever it is that deals with the fish, marine biologist, that they would say this experiment has already been done and it didn't work.
I'm going to just send them an email, okay? And we're going to see what they have to say. Now we mentioned this last week, Dana. We got that huge aquarium. It's really a nice aquarium,
Yeah.
So here's what they said. I asked them, hey, could you do an experiment? Freeze a koi, like completely freeze it solid, and then thaw it and see what happens. And they said, no, just kind of like you said, the surface of the pond freezes, but the whole pond doesn't freeze. But it's really cold. I mean, the water is really cold. And so the fish enters a state of torpor, or kind of a suspended animation at the bottom of the pond.
Like what I said.
Exactly like what you said. So I know that you're essentially the director of the fish department there at Damage in the University.
Marine biology, we prefer to call it.
Okay,
yeah.
not the fish people.
Yeah, we keep getting people. We used to be named that, but people kept stopping by for fish sticks.
So what you're saying, koi in the pond, top layer frozen, water very cold, at the bottom, it goes into hibernation.
Yes.
Pond fully freezes, frozen fish sticks. So really what you're telling me is I cannot put the koi in the freezer in a Ziploc bag filled with water.
Bad idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rats, that would have been fun. That really would have been fun.
I mean, you're welcome to do it, but it's just, I don't think you're going to get anything out of it.
Well, and the fish won't, that's for sure.
Wow, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. So I thought we'd be done by now, but meanwhile, Genesis and Caleb are kind of like quizzing each other. They're playing a game called Toxic or Non-Toxic. So she decided to stay as well. And she tells them that, she took a shuttle back and she deleted her leave record or whatever. So
Dana, she's got a little bit of a bad girl side to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, seriously, in this show, how bad is she going to be?
Not bad. Not as bad as tiramisu. I mean...
Yeah, no. So they release a warp slug, and it's a slug that can literally warp.
What?
And really, Dan, I gotta tell you, I might as well just watch this with the mute because I am not paying attention to anything they say in this episode anymore.
Here's how I'm going to watch the next one. I'm going to have it muted and the visuals turned off, Dana. I'm going to just stare at a blank screen for an hour. And I bet my brain comes up with a much better freaking episode.
I'll tell you what the title is and you just run with it. Yeah.
The next one will be called something like Frozen Koi.
So I would watch that. Yeah.
I would rather stare at a frozen koi, Dana, for an hour than watch this freaking episode.
Yeah, I was wondering if you defrost it. I mean, do you put it in the microwave to defrost it? You put it in boiling water? I mean, what do you...
Well, remember those frozen meals? You'd put the sack in the boiling water?
Oh, yeah. When I was first out of college, those frozen meals that you just dropped in the water and boiled.
Yeah.
I lived off those.
Yeah, and you can't tell me that our bodies have not been altered in some way from all the plastics that came out of that boiling sack, Dana. Those were good, though. I mean, we're kind of like thinking about how Taco Bell is good, but you know what I mean?
So Durham and Kira back on the fish planet, that's the dry fish planet. She's saying they're going to get married right away, and he says that they thought they were going to wait, but now things are sped up because her mom had a health scare.
And she's pregnant.
With a dolphin's baby. And Durham doesn't seem like he's so sure. Durham and Jaden have a conversation about being Cozine, and Cozine needs to make a speech. And of course, we know Jaden doesn't like to do speeches.
Right.
So he's like, no, I will not do this.
The voice, Dana. I mean, that was a good impersonation, but it really is grating on me.
So then we're learning that Durham is like, his parents are royalty.
Yeah.
Basically, if he, after this marriage and stuff, he will be like
Fish king. He'll be the king of the fish, Dana.
be like Long John Silver.
Oh my God. Talk about bad fast food. Are those places even still around?
Oh, yeah.
They still have the pole that's on the angle, you know? I think it was supposed to represent like a mast or something, or
yeah, like a shipwreck.
like a shipwreck. I tell you eat there, you're gonna have a shit wreck. That's what you're gonna have.
I went there. It was out here, so it's been in the last 30 years. But,
you still remember it because it was that bad, Dana.
But I ate it, and I was like, oh man, I love this stuff. And the little crunchies, the little fried pieces and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And the French fries, it was like a grease heaven. And then, like, 4 hours later,
Yeah.
so I am just like running for the toilet. And I was like, I wonder what caused this.
What could it possibly be?
It couldn't have been all that grease.
Okay, Dana, here's what we do. This is going to be a challenge. Next time I'm out there, here's what you and I do. We go and find that Long John Silver's. We eat there. We immediately go to Taco Bell. We eat there, and we see which of us explodes first. I want to hear from our listeners, Dana, and hear the worst fast food story that they have. So call in, send an email, something. I'd rather have you call. Tell us about it. I think it would be interesting. Do a whole podcast on that, Dana.
So I got to tell you, my wife and I laugh about this all the time. When I was in high school, there was a Long John Silver's up in Joliet, 40-minute drive from my hometown.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot to do in my hometown.
Dana, there was nothing to do in your hometown.
So if you had a date, you went out of town.
Yeah.
But usually, you're in high school. So a lot of times you're going to Burger King, whatever. I thought I was really showing my sophistication by taking girls to Long John Silver's in Joliet.
I mean, at the time, it makes total sense, right?
I mean, yeah, it's like upscale,
And when you say scale, that's what was still on pieces of fish that you got there, probably.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't have a lot of second dates, but but yeah, and my wife. So every time my wife sees it, she's like, I'll say something like, "Oh, hey, we could go to Long John Silver." And she goes, "I'm not one of your high school dates."
Let's get some of those listeners to give us those kinds of stories. I want to hear this stuff, Dana.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be a sponsor, them and Taco Bell. I think they could easily be sponsors of ours, Dana.
We should reach out to them and say, hey, we're just talking about you guys.
Yeah, glowingly.
We made kind of a stink about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So are we even talking about the episode anymore, Dana? Where are we?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we go back to the academy. Caleb and Genesis are talking.
I think she's making a play for Caleb.
Oh, I thought they were going to do it.
Yeah, she was starting to look like a dolphin to him. I mean, it was the whole thing, Dana.
And then he explains that Tarima saw inside his head and there was nothing going on. And she was, she says, what are you, a writer for Starfleet Academy? Then Genesis says she wants to sit in the captain's chair. They get on the bridge because Caleb's able to override the controls, whatever. And they get on the bridge and she sits in the captain's chair.
Why would the bridge be locked?
It's like locking your front door.
But they never lock anything in Star Trek.
That's probably what caused the big, what was it?
It was called the Taco Bell burn, Dana. That's what it was called.
The big burn.
The big burn.
The big Taco Bell burn.
Destroyed the freaking universe. Talk about a black hole, man. I tell you, that Taco Bell. It's more like a brown dwarf. Well, it wasn't even a dwarf, Dana. It was...
And then Caleb realizes that she's using him to get something from the bridge.
Really? Wow, I didn't see that coming either, Dana. My God.
So she won't tell him what, and they're arguing. And then Jet Reno shows up, and Reno says she was looking for something like her iPad or something. She says, but no, she just found 2 cadets who were in deep shit. So we go to the wedding on the fish planet. Then Jaden shows up, and he gives a great speech all about Durham. And we see that Kira, who's watching this, she starts to understand that Durham is only doing this because it's basically what everyone else wants him to do.
And that's true.
Of every marriage ever. Yeah. So back on the ship, Aki is talking to Caleb and Genesis. Genesis confesses that she altered her recommendations. Aki gives a lesson about being flawed. She won't expel Genesis, but she won't recommend her for the command track.
Yeah, I expelled something, Dana.
But then she sentences them to both 200 hours of menial service.
200 hours? That's a lot, right?
Yeah. So we go back to the wedding, and Kira looks like she's dealing with her own teen angst.
That's the wife?
The wife, yeah.
Yeah.
Durham comes to talk to her, and he's like babbling about something. Again, I wasn't really listening. And then she says she wants him to abdicate, and they'll annul the wedding.
She wants him to what-a-cate? I didn't know fish could do that, Dana.
Yeah, do fish have abs? Abdicate means to step down from the throne.
I stepped down from the throne twice today, Dana. Did I mention that I went to Taco Bell last night?
She says she knows that he loves her, but not the way he used to. She tells him to go and live the life he was meant to live. Then Jaden comes up. He's got no freaking idea what they just talked about.
Right.
But he goes, let's go home, friend. We go back to the academy.
Everyone's back from the World Day 4-day thing or whatever it is.
Apparently, yeah. And then we see Caleb and Genesis mopping the floors. She says, call her, meaning Tarima. And he says, what if it's too late? And she says, what if it's not?
Oh, God, Dana.
And I'm like, who cares?
And it's too late. It's too late for all of us. We have all, you know what, Dana? I just figured out what happened. We are in hell. We did something really horrible in our lives, and this is one of Dante's Inferno.
It's one of the levels.
One of the levels.
Next, we see Caleb recording another message for Tarima. He says she is very, very special. Caleb sends his message as everyone watches the meteor shower, and Dan, oh, for fuck's sake, that's how this episode ends.
Dana, why don't you start us off with some pros about this episode?
Dan, here's my pros. It's basically a harmless story with some humor, and we get to know the characters a little bit better. What about you?
Dana, I have 2. 1, Sam was not in the episode very much. And 2, the character, remember from episode 1, who ate her comm badge and who freaked out on the bridge last week? She wasn't in it at all, Dana. How about some cons for you, Dana?
It's a high school drama now. I give up. It's full of teens trying to figure themselves out, as teens do. It's about love and being true to yourself and not being afraid to express your feelings and trusting yourself. But it is not in any way Star Trek, Dan. How about you? You got anything?
Yeah, it was boring. Boring. And predictable. And it was a full-on teen drama, and not even in space, Dana.
Yeah.
Well, Dana, what do you hope for?
I hope they realize that they're not making a show that fits in with the Star Trek universe. If this episode came in season 2 and they made it slightly more interesting and less sappy, I might be okay with it. But for season 1, where they're trying to really establish this show and how it fits in the Star Trek universe, it didn't work. This feels like this is the direction they want to go, and that scares me. And so I'm hoping that some way they find a way to reverse course. What do you hope for, Dan?
Dana, I hope for some more episodes like last week's. I actually thought that one was pretty good. Dana, what are you worried about?
Dan, I worry the show will never grow up. Ake and Reno are parents more than teachers. You know, that whole speech with Ake and Caleb and Genesis, it was like a parent saying, well, you were bad, and I'm not going to, give you a fudge sundae tonight, but you're still my kids, and I love you. Last week, we caught a glimpse of what the show had potential for, but with this episode, they tossed it all out the window. This is my worry. It's never going to be Star Trek, and we're wasting our time reviewing this. What do you worry about?
I'm going to condense it to 5 words, Dana, that this is the norm. You've kind of given us some in-depth thinking, but how about your final thoughts, Dana?
Last week, Dan, we talked about Flipper. The kids in that show had little life lessons at the end of each episode. All those shows in the 60s had those. Andy Griffith had those. Gentle Ben had those. Even Gilligan's Island had some of that. That's what we're getting here. Little life lessons for the preteens. What's next? The big acne event? where Jaden gets a pimple and he's allergic to the acne cream? Will we spend a whole episode with the kids fretting over a new instructor who has a bad reputation? I am seriously hoping that some alien race comes along and wipes out the whole fucking academy. Because they need to burn this thing to the ground and start over from scratch.
Be great if those aliens were dolphins. That would just be great.
At least that would feel more like Star Trek if they had to rebuild something like that. It's maddening to me. I don't see how anybody looks at this show and goes, this is Star Trek and this is good. Do you want to share your final thoughts?
This episode, it was plotting, boring, pointless. I think what they want us to do is learn more about the characters and their backstories and then care more about them. But I don't care, Dana. And as I mentioned earlier, it was obvious to me that Genesis faked her references. It was obvious to me, Dana, that fish stick frozen koi boy wasn't going to leave the academy. It was obvious that Mir wouldn't really send any messages to Tiramisu earlier in the show, and then he would send the last one. And I had a glimmer of hope last week, Dana, a glimmer. But that hope is slowly but surely being strangled to death, Dana. Those are my final thoughts. Well, Dana, even with all that said, I had a great time talking about Taco Bell. Great time talking about, can you freeze a koi? Should I ask someone to freeze a koi, Dana? Would that be bad? Don't ask them. Okay, here's what I want to say to our listeners. Do not, under any circumstances, freeze a koi or a goldfish or any other type of animal. Don't do that. Here's what we need to both do somehow without going to Taco Bell, flush this from our system and just be ready to go again next week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, I had fun, Dana.
Well, as always, Dan, it's great to get with you and talk about TV shows that are supposed to have something to do with Star Trek. I hope that next week we'll be ingesting something more pleasurable. So until we meet again, live long and prosper.
Thanks once again for listening to Damn It Jim, the podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Please send us an email at dammitjimpodcast@gmail.com or join the discussion on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. You can also reach us at the Damn It Jim hotline at 509-676-6298. This podcast was produced by Dan Calzaretta and Dana Smith for Ramble Jar Productions. Editing by Dan Calzaretta. If you would like to be a Damn It Jim sponsor, please send us an email at dammitjimpodcast@gmail.com. Have a great rest of your week, and remember to live long and prosper.